Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Ruth Marquise, your favorite realtor. Welcome to the Ruth and Relationship Show. I am your host, Ruth Marquise, aka your favorite realtor, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, aka your favorite credit specialist. Boost your credit in 30 to 60 days, aka your love negotiator. I help men and women relate, get into quality relationships that lead to quality families, that lead to quality communities, that leave quality legacies. Let's build. Today's topic: how seduction leads to heartbreak. Unbreak my heart. Say you love me again. Undo this hurt you cause when you walk. Pause. It ain't that serious. So today we're gonna talk about seduction, the art of seduction by Robert Greene. Okay. So Robert Greene is the same author that wrote 48 Laws of Power. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't read this book. But I was like, bro, you know what you're talking about. So sometimes you have to look at the other side, right? You have to, whether you're a man or a woman, you have to look at the other side. If you're watching, say hi. If you're, I haven't said this in a long time. If you're on here, say hi. If you're watching this on a replay, hashtag replay. Okay? Hashtag replay. So sorry guys about the time. I had to put another offer in. Now, if you think that you remember the other day, I was like, ladies, y'all need to learn the game. This is the game. Y'all ready for the game? This is the game. Because it seems to me there's two groups of guys. There's guys that are genuine, they don't play no games. They might not get all the ladies, but they don't play no games. They're serious about what they want and they're looking for, or they used to be playing games and now they're serious. The serious guys and the game players, okay? All right, so the game players are playing the art of seduction. They're luring you in. You know, all the ladies, y'all not talking because if y'all really was talking, we were like, girl, let me tell you what it said, girl, let me tell you what it said, let me tell you what it said, right? And we're just not talking. So we got to talk about it, okay? So have you ever been on a first date and a man will and then men get seduced as well. Okay, men get seduced from the moment she enters the Instagram. The moment she put the lipstick on and she do a little squatty, they're like, ooh. She pulling y'all in. That's why all these guys that be like, I got played by Instagram model. I just be like, maybe. Like, what did you think she was gonna do, sir? You think she was gonna be a good, wholesome girl? Does she look like a good wholesome girl is on? Like, is that on her forehead? No, she of course not. So you already know what that was. So it's important. So the game players go after those girls as well, and they're bigger game players. The girls think they can play at the level of the men, and then it's a problem. So genuine people need to just stay away from game players. But here's the thing: if you don't want your heart broken, if you tired of the games that people play, what did they say? If you can't beat them, join them. I'm not saying join them. I am saying you need to learn what other people know. It's not always about. I said women need to learn from men, and men need to learn from women. Like if the good stuff. But the bad stuff, you need to identify it. So let me see. If I see a woman and I see how she act, I see how the man act, I could just see it. It's just clear to me. It's like in my face what the problem is, right? So those people that I have one-on-ones with, they're like, girl, like, oh, I never thought of that. And it's just like, how does she know, right? So I feel like it's time to go on the journey. By the way, my natural hair journey. How y'all like? You like? Do you like? Okay. Okay. Thank you. like to hear. Okay, who would have thought? Okay, things we wouldn't have done in the sixth grade, we doing it in our 30s, right? But it's cured. You add some makeup to it, some earrings, you're good to go. So we had to learn the game that is being played. So, okay, so I was watching this eight at the table. What was that interview? And she was saying, like, oh, just when a guy sells me the fantasy, oh, marriage, kids, I act like I buy into it. And, she's like, oh my gosh, I'm buying it. And she's playing him. Okay, mind you, she used to be a stripper or whatever. I don't know her name, but she's saying that, but he's like, well, what if he's not selling you that? What if he's selling you lifestyle? But she was like, what I respect about her, she's like, well, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? Because some guys are not selling you marriage and children. It depends on what the girl wants. If girls don't want marriage and children, they don't sell that no more. You understand? So the guy's looking at you, and y'all, I'm a majority. I'm gonna put it in this way, but women can do it too. But the guy's looking at you like, what do you want? Like, this is probably how the guys get a guy for thank you for the like, the guys get got for like dinners and all of this stuff. And the girl in her mind is like, what does he want? Right? What does he want? And this is somebody that has no intentions of doing anything long term. So she's like, okay, what does he want? How do I get him? And then they go through the screening process, right? So if she knows that you want to sleep with her, she may, and she knows that she doesn't want to do that. She knows that the girls saying the main ones, the main, that should be you should be ashamed of yourself, okay? The us is saying, no, you gotta hold on to it. Don't even give it to him right away. You gotta hold on. You gotta get what you can get out of him. This is what the O's are saying. And the regular girls is just like, just falling for everything. He's so fine. Oh my gosh. Right? And she said, if you hold on to it, you can get a lot out of him. He be doing this, he be doing that. It's a build up and da. Next thing you know, I'm out of there. I'll let him do such and such. Hey Tyrone, how are you? So this is what the girls that's gaming guys think. This is how they think. The guys that's gaming girls, they'll either come to you with this married and kids story or lifestyle story. This is I be looking, and women, be careful. Y'all over here looking at them across the way. I swear I saw the most beautiful picture on Instagram. It was her and him, the water, and it was like a city and all. I don't know if y'all saw that one with all the one of them Italy cities of Rome, whatever, Spain or Italy, somewhere over there. And it was a bunch of cities on top of each other on a mountain, and the mountain in the background, and they was kissing and everything, beautiful. Like, but ma'am, don't Diddy do that? Like, take every girl go on the yacht with him. Okay, every girl gets the same treatment. They figure out who they're gonna do what for, but it's no different. It's not like he took you. He probably took you to the same spot, sis. Like, it's nothing there. So the women are like, I want to be part of the lifestyle. I want to get what I can get. And then they get their feelings involved and get hurt. The art of seduction. So men are going to, if you like, oh, I don't want to get married, they're not going to push that to you. But if you want lifestyle, and they have lifestyle, which is why a lot of y'all fool yourselves thinking, I'm getting me a high value man. And you'll see that the author just said, high quality men really are looking for good qualities on the inside. They really are looking for good, wholesome women. The problem, this is what I've seen. The problem with good, wholesome women is that it's either you look real good and your character is real low, or your character is high and you don't look that good. Men want both. They want high character and high good looks. Am I wrong, fellas? This is what they want. And if you don't give them that, then you're not gonna get that number one treatment. Tyrone says, I remember I got seduced by some Oreo cookies, and I had a one night stand with some milk. I learned an election. Seduction is lethal. Oh, well, hope you did a couple push ups after that. LOL, you funny, Tyrone. So anyway, it's important that you start studying your opponent. Have you ever been playing tic tac toe or checkers, and you notice, and you didn't have no strategy when you were younger, and the person hit you with the boom, 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 and you be like, "Yo, they got moves, the same moves," but you had to train yourself. Like, you know what? I already know what move you're gonna do, and let me put my X here. I know what move you're gonna do. Let me put my O here. You get what I'm saying? That's how you have to be when you're learning the art of seduction. Hold on, guys. Y'all know I'm babysitterless. Hold on one second. Give me a First of all, too loud. I'll see my pillow. All right, there we go. Oh no, you can't see it. All right, so yeah, so we're gonna go into it tonight, and we're going to be revealing the tricks of the trade. So I mean, any person can go on YouTube, pick up artists. I know women like right, but what was it was something I can't remember what it was. But when guys be like, yeah, somebody try to hit me with that too, like, oh, you like big head, like they say something like that is offensive, like that's a line. I'm like, bro, you better come harder than that, right? Or they'll say things, you like, oh, they'll do reverse psychology on you. You know what I mean? So it's just like once you see it and you're like, yeah, that's whack, bro. That is whack. Hold on, guys. Let me get y'all set up. Set up. All right. So if you look at the book, um, if you look at the book, Art of Seduction. Okay. So seduction is a game of psychology, not beauty. And it's within the grasp of any person to become a master at the game. All is required is that you look at the world differently through the eyes of the seducer. Now, I would like to tell you that when you are um does not only apply to your love life. It applies to your business life. It applies to your family. So it's not about seduction and like, oh, it's a bad thing and it's a manipulation. Like when y'all do it to y'all kids all the time. If you don't go in there, I'm not gonna give you a lollipop. Ain't no lollipop in sight. No lollipop in sight, right? No lollipop in sight. But yet, or your mom told you, if you eat your greens, you're gonna look like Popeyes, right? Popeye, the Popeye the Sailor Man, right? And so your mom manipulated you. So what it is more so you want influence over another person. I think we need to understand that better. How can two play a game and one person ain't playing, baby? This is why your heart get broken. How two people playing and y'all act like it's not a game? This is why it's a game, because most people on the field are playing a game, right? Let's just say there was a fake football game going on, right? And everybody's in on it. 99 people on the field of 100, right? Or actually 98 people on the field are playing the fake game, doing the fake passes, and you think it's real, but it's not real. Only two people on the field are genuine and real. That is you and your significant other. That's the only one that's going to be genuine, right? There might be some people that be like, you know what? I think I like you. But think about it like that's the one person who's like, oh, you in this for real? Oh man, like let's do this. Because the rest of them are not, baby. They're not. They're not. Or they thought they were gonna be, and then they realized that y'all not a match. And you were so, ladies, gentlemen, stop being in a rush. Stop being in a rush to do everything. Slow down. Slow down. You're moving way too fast. You're only 16. Sweet 16. So slow down and you'll start to see it. Do I really want to be in a relationship with this person? Can I see myself dealing with this person for the rest of my life? If you cannot say yes without emotion, detaching. So I had an incident where my buyer pulled out the offer and they were like, "Oh, are you okay?" Like I'm like, "No, no, no, I'm fine because I am not gonna pay one mortgage payment. I'm good. What I need for you to do is figure out what we're gonna do next, and that's about it. Because at the end of the day, that is your, lifetime decision." And I don't remember why I started saying this, but what was I saying before? I forgot. Chill. Must have had a long day. So. I got it. I'm gonna get it. I was saying the buyer and the making sure that it's the right thing for you to do. Making sure it's the right thing for you to do. It's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me. Sorry about that. All right. What will seduce a person is the effort we expend on their behalf, showing how much we care and how much they are worth. So you have to be careful of people over complimenting you and feeding your ego and just doing the most to make you feel like you're cared for and you're calm. And a lot of times you feel safe around that person. Isn't that crazy that you can feel safe around a wolf? You're supposed to be in the other room, so give me the phone. Give me the phone. Go in the other room. All right, go ahead. Then go ahead in your room. So you're supposed to feel safe around this person. You think you'll get your way, but tonight is the night, baby. Pow pow. One, two, three. You just know what y'all can hear. Hold on one second. Okay. All right. So here we are. Isn't that interesting? Y'all gonna have to bear with me tonight because my kids, they don't want to come back from Disney World. Come on, kids. Come on back. Come on home. Right? Jeez. Act like I never took them. All right. So how every single time you were seduced and this is how you played yourself, sis, because you felt safe. You felt safe, but this person was working to make you feel that way. This person was working to make you feel that way, my sis. My big sis, my little sis. This person was working to make you feel that way. They know how they do this. They know how to play their game. Everybody's game is different. But if you notice, because this is their seduction thing. Like, and a one and a two and a this and that and that, and you take care of the dinner, and then you give her sunshine, and you're up to the plate, and you this and that, and then you kiss her on the neck, and then you take off her. They know what they're doing. They know how they're gonna get you to the next move. They know how they're gonna get you in their bed that night. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be careful if you don't know who you're dealing with. When the police is trying to get a serial killer, you don't think they study who that person is, their background? Come on, somebody. You don't think that you're not learning their childhood traumas is not going to help you? Now, sometimes on the first day, you're not going to know. This is a stranger. Stranger danger, ma'am. Can we go back to stranger danger? This is a stranger. Don't tell them all your business. Don't throw them your address the first day. Come on, go back to stranger danger days, ma'am. Because it's your heart that you're prostituting. Ooh, felt that. It's your heart that you're pimping out. It's your heart that you're saying, you know what? We're going to put you on a back burner, and then it be your heart that's broken. The thing that you were supposed to protect. Guard your heart with all diligence, for from it flows the spring of life. From your heart, you're telling them how to seduce you. From your heart, you're telling them what buttons make you tick. They don't know you. So everything that they use to manipulate you, you gave it to them. That's why when people are like, "What are you looking for?" You don't tell them what you're looking for, baby. They gotta find that out. One of the OGs was like, women don't back in the day, women didn't tell men what they wanted. The man had to figure it out. I like that. I like that. I don't go into my detailed past and said this and that and no, because too many times somebody tried to like use that against me and be like, and the thinking behind it, sis. The thinking behind it is I didn't do you as wrong as he or she did. I didn't do you as bad as that. So what I'm about to do to you ain't nothing compared to what your ex did to you. This is why you got to stop with the sob stories. This is why would you go to a new job and tell them how bad your old boss was? No, you go back. I had a good experience. I learned it. Da, 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 da. You need to learn how to act better, baby. You need to learn how to act better, my friend. They don't need to know all of that. Y'all not even in a relationship together. Don't be disclosing stuff. Don't. I'm not saying you can't say nothing at all ever, but you cannot be disclosing your deep, dark secrets. I see it happen all the time. Okay? Pause. Hold on, y'all. Here, just give me the phone. No. You think it's funny? Hold on. I got you, bro. Sorry. Again. So, where my comments at? There we go. All right. So, so let's get into it. What will seduce a person is the effort that we expend. Okay, we said that. They show you how much they care, how much that you are worth. Seducers take pleasure in performing and are not weighed down by their identity or by some needs to be themselves or be natural. So they're not trying to be themselves. They're performing a character. If I heard somebody say like, oh, they're playing a character when I see them do something. They're playing a character. That is a red flag right there. Because I'm like, when I get on here, I'm myself. I am myself. People were like, girl, this is the same. She's like, I thought I was gonna get somebody else. I thought I was gonna get somebody else when you was gonna sell me the house, but this is the same person on the internet, child. I said, sure is. Same girl. We have a good time. We cracking jokes. We having a good time, or we just enjoying ourselves looking at the homes, and then we get down to business. No tricks, no nothing. You know what I mean? And once they see how hard I fight for I'll be fighting hard for my clients, yo. They'll be like, thank you. Yeah, I was like, I got you all covered. I covered with this with the risk, but they're gonna take it on their side. I got you covered. I'm saving you money. Let's go. I'm like, just with a stroke of a pen, just with a computer calculation, I just saved my buyer $4,000. That's gonna be $4,000 in their pocket still. And another like altogether 12 grand. You know what I mean? So yeah, that happens. But the seducer is not being themselves. So women, what I would say is pay more attention. And if the conversation's always on you. I was watching what was the Asian show? Uh the rich Asians, but it's not the crazy rich ones. It's the Bling Empire. There you go. And the girl, she was killing it, cute, small, looking good. Everything cute on this girl. Her dad's a billionaire, whatever. But when she went on a date, she was like, and this guy was like, yeah, da da da. And she was like, I think they went to get ice cream or something, which is, I don't know if black people do. We're going to get ice cream, but I mean, I just never seen it. But so she's talking and 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 talking. It don't stop. Let's go. Let's go. Get back over there. Non-stop. You cannot do that. You have to sit back and see if this, okay, I give a little of myself. Is he gonna meet me? Is he gonna meet me some kind of way? Like, is he gonna share anything about himself? Like, what is he gonna do? Because this is being natural and being themselves. It's not, that's not what the seducer's doing. They're playing a character. They're saying this. You ever been with somebody and they just saying some smooth type Billy D stuff, and you just be like, what the hell's going on here? Okay. I was like, what was that? No, what did we do? We, instead of that being a red flag, we be like, girl, let me tell you, like, he said this, and it's like everything, their word is their bond, and they just saying words. You got to think about it like every word you say, but back it up. Where's the part 2 at? Give me the phone. Give it. Where's the part 2? Where's the actions that go with the words? Where's the actions that go with the words? If there's no action, it's not real. If they're talking about something all the way down the line, but they're going to dump you in 2 weeks, that's all they got to say. That's all they got to bring to you. That's all they're offering is something they know they can never and will never give to you. Think about it. We plan ourselves because we don't want to learn or grow. So now, if you, okay, so let me give you this. Let me give you this. Let me give you this. Have you ever been paying attention to lie detection, right? Can you tell, can you spot a liar? Can you spot a liar? If the person's looking, I learned if the person's looking to the left, they're telling the truth. If the person is looking to the right, it's deception. They're making a story. It's something, they're on the creative side of their brain. Now, my left and right might look different, but if they're looking that way, they're telling the truth. It's so crazy if you're not paying attention. If you're not paying attention, what's going to happen is in critical moments, hey, don't flashback, Ruth. Don't flashback. And critical moments, and because you've been loving that, I've been loving you so long now. I gotta stop doing that. I feel like I'm in a recording. I've been loving you. You just going by the love for all the years. It's okay, big boy. I got something for you. Yes. Come on. No. Come on. No, I'm not gonna charge it. Sorry. It's like, not that. You've been loving them for so long, then you forget everything. This literally happened to me when a person looked the wrong way, and I was like, Ruth, why have you not been doing this all this time? You've been using it on other people and other things, but the main person you need to use it on, you didn't. Now when you need it the most, it has failed you. And to be honest with you, there was deception. And I was like, no. I'll go back, like, because this is the thing with women, like, we don't want to be wrong. It's so wrong how we don't want to be wrong. We don't want to be wrong because we put too much in. What if being wrong means you have to split up your family? What if being wrong, it means you have to walk away from the relationship? What if being wrong is too much on the line? So you have to get to know how liars work. Oh, but the next time, baby, I had a full, your girl had a full interrogation. Basketball. Stop doing it. No, I don't want to play basketball. No. Give me the phone. Give me the phone. That works. I had a full 2-hour investigation where I broke down a pathological liar. I was so proud of myself. I mean, go. Oh, you think I'm playing? You think I'm playing? One more day. The kids are coming. Okay. 2 hours where I broke down a pathological liar. Lied so bad all the time that I had to go study this thing. I called the lie detector man myself, but I didn't have to pay because I already broke him down. And that moment, remember when I told you have to know what the person wants? I'm gonna be honest with you. I used what I knew he wanted, which was to stay with me, and I used it against him to get the truth. Now you call that manipulation, and I call that payback's a mother. Okay? I flipped that John right around. Like, if you tell me, yeah, we can be together. Woo, 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 woo. Still halfway lying, not telling the whole truth, but it was enough to end it. And here, I don't know why he doing this. All right, so that will be it. So, okay, so let's go to the seduction thing. All right, so every seduction has 2 elements that you must analyze. And first, analyze and understand. First, yourself and what is seductive about you. Second, your target and your actions that will penetrate their defenses and create oh, shoot. Oh, gosh. I remember the moment. Y'all think this is a joke. Okay, joke if you want. I remember the moment. You know, like, I remember the moment where I said, you know what? I'm not going to fight you no more. That is a removing of my guard, right? I can't tell you the reason why, but that's when it went left. Because it says right here. You see, the reason why, because it is the truth. Like, the truth will hit you in the forehead, in between your eyes. Okay, first the person, the seducer has to understand themselves and what is seductive about you. That means that he might dress a certain way. The woman might dress a certain way. She knows how she's seductive. She knows what to do. See, girls that always like that carry themselves in a certain kind of way, they always gonna be that way because they know. You know, like at the end of the day, like people like girls are being nice to me now. Like I was like, for real, y'all gonna be nice. They be like, here, do this. They just take care of me everywhere I go. Everywhere I go because of the way I look. Not being like, oh, I'm a pretty face, but I'm dressed, right? If I'm in public, they all are looking out. Especially if I'm with a baby, they like open the door, they doing everything. If I'm by myself, it'd be less, right? But the respect level is given based off of how I look. If I'm not up to par, if I'm in sweats or it's not a cute outfit, I don't get treated the same. But if I'm in makeup and have sweats on, then I still I treated like on a hierarchy of treatment or whatever, right? So it's just a little thing I noticed. A little thing I noticed. I share with my children, like, listen, you cannot come into the world looking a hot mess. If you dress better, see how people treat you, and guess what? They were like, "Ma, you was right." That's my favorite line. "Ma, you was right." Okay, I'm doing something. Okay, it's always good to get your mommy points up. All right, so the person knows. Hey, the person knows. Some of them is the way they dress. They'll put their nice watch on. Some of them they know they packing, so that's what they go with. Some of them they know they got them eyes, or they know it's their looks, or it's their muscles, or it's their I used to go for the big shoulder guys. I didn't know. He's playing a game with me, so this is an easier game than the last one. The last one I had to push him, and he like fall on a bowling pin, like a bowling pin, on a bed. So this is easier. I'm okay with it. All right, so I'm talking about my 2-year-old son, 2.5, almost three next month. So he says, then second, your target and the actions. You have to analyze and understand your target. I'm going back. I'm understanding, and this is the autopsy, baby. This is the autopsy. You see, when you're going through something, or you are in a relationship, or you are dating somebody, you got to do an autopsy. You got to see, break it down. Where did I go wrong? Like, what mistake did I make? People that do well and come up in life, they keep looking at the mistakes that they made and correct them. How dare you keep going and making the same dumb mistake and you want to blame the other sex? It don't make sense. So you gotta course correct, because at some point it's you. If it's 10 people that did the same exact thing to you, then it's you. So if you really want to win, winners are going to be like, bet, I'm tired of the other team. Let's say the other team scored 10 in a row, the game's at 11. What are you going to do? You going to let them score one more time and win the game? Or you going to be like, look, I'm coming back. I'm going to go back and do the moves, all the stuff I didn't learn, all the things I didn't know. I'm going to go back and do my drills. If that's like, we can pause the game. Are you gonna go finish the game the way you've been playing the game? Or are you gonna go back and be like, I'm gonna do my dribbling drills, basketball. I'm gonna do my layups. I'm gonna do my foul shots. I'm gonna learn how to, play with somebody defending me. You gotta learn all those things. It's important. Okay. So he says that you have to study and analyze and understand your target and the actions that will penetrate their defenses and create their surrender. Penetrate their defenses. Penetrate their defenses and create surrender. Surrender meaning I'm ready to put my guard down. I'm ready to do what you want to do, regardless of what I want to do. You see what I'm saying? I'm ready. So that could come in the form of a bombardment. I remember one guy, he called me 3 times. Like, he played this game where he was like calling me 3 times. And I'm like, sir. No, he complained on the third time, like, oh, you didn't call me. I'm like, we talked twice today, sir. Oh, you okay? Oh, it's okay, Poppy. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna have to create chapters where we skip the breaks. I think he's good. I think he's good now. So there's a point where you let your guard down. There's a point where you're like, you know what? I will go with what you're saying, and I'm going to trust you, and everything's a risk, right? And that person still could be playing the game, and you're like, okay, I'll play along with you, and then you get burnt because you didn't really look back and say, you know what? Let me give this some time. Because whatever they're doing, I was saying how the 3 calls. I was like, I talked to you this morning. Talked to you in the afternoon. And then you had the nerve to say, like, oh, why haven't you called me all day? Bro, cut it out. That's when I was like, red flag. Right? And so then it was a more so, okay, fine, I won't call her then. And it was like, okay. Because people just be like, real quick, they'll bombard you with a lot. And you're like, oh, he must be really interested, bro. And I was like, nah. Because I was more so like, listen, if I already had plans, I'm gonna go through with my plans. So the first time he asked me out, I was like, no, I'm not going. I'm doing what I do. I went to the gym that day. I was like, I don't cancel my plans for nobody no more. So I went and did that. And so I guess he was like, bro, okay. Well, now I really gotta step it up, ladies. For y'all that's like, oh, okay, whatever you like, whatever, okay. Ain't no whatever you like. They have to work for the women that do believe in submission. There are some women that do believe in it, but that is reserved. That is reserved for a man who deserves it, not a man that deserves it because you think he has money, not a man that you think the man who has earned it. If he's earned the right, if meaning he's committed, meaning he's done things for you, that person, whether y'all in a relationship and you're giving him some submission, and then y'all marry and you giving him real submission, there you go. But as long as you're not married to me, man, I don't know what to tell you. So these are white benefits. You don't get that. You don't get that. And a man that's really looking for a wife is going to appreciate that. And a man who does not want a wife, who is okay at 65 laying at the hospital bed and having a stroke or heart attack and nobody being there for him because he never got married. You see what I'm saying? Your boys ain't gonna be there for you. They're not gonna be wiping your behind and pushing you around in cases in hard times. Absolutely not. That's reserved. That's reserved for the people that wanted to get married. Unless you have a long-term partner that's gonna be there unmarried, then no. And then they might not be there because you might really see you might really see that resentment coming out like you ain't married me, so I ain't get to do nothing for you. You don't know until that moment comes. So let me keep going. All right. So let me give you an example of the seductive character. So he says the successful seduction starts with who you are and the type of seductive energy you express. It requires creating yourself, refining yourself, and one of the seducer categories. So sirens have an abundance of sexual energy and know how to use it. So there's names, right? There's names, and I'm talking about the art of seduction. And you guys, if y'all want to see it, I can show it to you. Let me know if you want to see it. But it depends on the person. So the seducer. So first thing we studying is the guy or the girl and how they're using their skill. It's not something that you like, okay, I am going to make myself into. You already use your strength. So one person, they know they're super sexual. Like everybody like them. Like they just, ooh, how you doing? Like, like them touchy girls, like, okay, or there's touchy guys. Sirens have sexual energy and know how to use it. They lure their targets like the sirens of Odysseus through their image and tease it. So they have the image, they can tease you, creating the perfect seduction pose for their target. So then that's the sirens. So the rakes insatiably adore the opposite sex and their desire is infectious. Okay. So unlike the normal cautious male, the rake is delightfully restrained. I'm going to act like all of this is men because it's easier for me to put into perspective. A slave to his love of women. Okay, that's the rake. There is an added allure of his reputation. So many women have succumbed to him. There has to be a reason. So the guy that gets all the girls, and the regular guys cannot figure it out. They're like, yo, something about my man. He always get them girls, right? All right. So remember, it has a form. It is the form that matters, not the content. Unless your targets focus on what you say, and the more how it makes them feel, the more seductive your effect. Give your words a lofty, spiritual, literary flavor, the better to insinuate desire in your unwitting victims. I remember talking to somebody on the phone, and it was like, dang, like I almost dropped the phone for the. I was like, well, okay then. Well, all right, okay. I was like, sir, I'm not going on no. I ain't going on no date with you. I am not. He talked for hours so he can get the date. I was like, okay, fine. Child, 8 months later, it was a problem. All right, so be careful. That, like I said, study, 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 study. If I was you, I'm definitely gonna play this back, and I'm definitely gonna take notes, and I'm definitely gonna be on it. But if I was you, you cannot remember all this stuff. When you study this in your mind and you know how people are working, your eyes are going to open. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. I learned in the prophetic, if you want to be prophetic and you want God to reveal things to you, then you have to put a lot of knowledge and behind it, right? And then God will trigger the knowledge and show you what that is. The Holy Spirit will take what it is that you know and then drop it into your mind at the right time. But if you never put knowledge into you, then you won't. So while you're going through this and you're learning about seducers, if you can go ahead and suck in the information, then at the right time, it will be brought to your memory. Okay. So next time you want to date, just remember that. Now, so their words, the rake, like raking some leaves. Yeah. So to play the rake, the most obvious requirement is the ability to let yourself go, to draw a woman into the kind of purely sensual moment in which past and future lose meaning. It's all about the present. And you must be able to abandon yourself to the moment. If no obstacles face you, you must create them. Seduction requires obstacle. Now, this is just a bullet point, so we can't get all into the details. Ideal lovers, okay, have an aesthetic sensibility that they've applied to romance. That's another type. Another type is Casanova. I am not your Casanova, which perhaps is the most successful seducer in history. Few women could resist him. His method is simple. Upon meeting a woman, he would study her, go along with her moods, find out what's missing in her life, and provide it. He made himself the ideal lover, right? I knew it was whole stories. There was whole stories, my friend. Whole stories. Really? You don't get along with such and such? Me neither. I don't even know if it's true, child. They just say whatever it is that you say, like a damn parrot. And you just be like, oh my God, you're so similar. We're so similar. If he would have said it first, baby. I had a conversation with a girlfriend today, and she was talking about not having kids or whatever, and she was like, listen, I can't have kids to her man. I was like, dang, if you would have just let him say it first, we would know what he truly thinks, right? You gotta let the other person talk. This is almost like a negotiation. This is people you love. These are people you love, that you can't just be like dropping all of your heart and dropping everything without seeing what they are offering first. Because even on issues like this, some people will see, when men mask the truth, when men don't reveal the truth to you, just they're not authentic, they're not real. They just feel like little by little, I'll give you a little bit, I'll give you a little bone. This is how men protect their heart. And this is what's so crazy. Men protect their heart more than women protect their heart. Men protect their heart more than women protect their heart. That's the most sacred thing to them, is their heart. That's why they're not giving out relationship titles and rings and marriages all willy-nilly, because that's important to them, that they're going to be in a situation where they got to take care of somebody or be there for somebody for the rest of their life, and they're not about to just give it to anybody. It got to be the prize. Where's my trophy? Dang, I done cleaned up. I don't got no props no more. Right? The championship. That goes to the wife. She won the championship of his heart. She said and did like no other did. She emotionally connected like no other woman could emotionally connect. Now, if you're not into being past the surface and you're just on looks, I know on the show I talk about the looks because I need to see the women step it up some more. Like, we quick to take our clothes off, but still not look like nothing. I'm gonna say it again. We quick to take our clothes off, but still not look like nothing. Meaning we wear this and everything's out. Back in the day, it was more so if you had the body to wear it. Nowadays, what are you gonna do? Body shame me? No, it just don't look right in that outfit. Me, I don't look right in every outfit myself. But okay, if you want to go do that, then do that, miss. That's on you. So my point is, let's move on. So these guys are finding out what is missing in your life and how can they appear to provide that with the intentions of getting the draws, miss. What you thought it was? So he can hold your hand? So he can hold your hand? So y'all can go on a picnic? Man, stop playing. But appeal to their better selves, to a higher standard of beauty. They will hardly notice that they have been seduced. So the women, okay, so he made himself the ideal lover, but appealed to their better selves, the higher standard to a higher standard of beauty. They will hardly notice that they have been seduced. Make them feel elevated, lofty, spiritual, and your power over them will be limitless. Make them feel elevated. That's why so many, oh, you're so beautiful, beautiful. Let me tell you, somebody tried to send me a message, and I was like, back in the day, it's like, bro, you've done so much. I had to respond. But now I run. Next, next. What an X button at? Next, next. Because you're doing too much, sir. You're doing so much, I already smell you coming along. That part right there. All right. It makes them feel okay. So elevated, spiritual, and your power will over them will be limitless. Meaning your seducer has power over you, sis, sir. All right. Talleyrand simply held up a mirror to Napoleon and let him get a glimpse of that possibility. People are always vulnerable to insinuations like this. And it's a whole lot of insinuations, baby, because it's all smoking mirrors. That's what it is. This is why people think that the dating game is trash because it's all smoking mirrors. What are you offering me? If it's like what do you offer me today? If I don't see it today, I cannot even think about what you're gonna do tomorrow. They're so busy selling you on tomorrow, they're doing absolutely positively nothing about today. They're not. They're not going above and beyond today because they're hoping by the time tomorrow comes, they're not here anymore. Be careful. Be smart. People are always vulnerable to insinuations like this. You're talking about the glimpse of that possibility that stroke their vanity. Almost everyone's weeks, which stroke their vanity. Almost everyone. The way they wrote this was very. Oh my gosh, what in the world? Can you write in full sentences? Because we don't understand. All right, reveal your faith in some untapped potential you see in them, and you will soon be eating out. You will soon have them eating out of your hand. So hint at something for them to aspire to. Reveal your faith in some untapped potential you see in them, and you will soon have them eating out of your hand. As I read this, you know how you be like, yo, he ain't mean nothing by it. No, baby. He meant every word. Every time he was like, I believe in you, I support you. No, he was playing on your need of somebody that you need somebody to believe in you. Every time it was more so like, oh, we're gonna have, like, oh, you know, talk about marriage in a general sense and insinuating it's gonna be with you. He's playing games. Untapped potential you see in them, a hint for something them for the so now you're aspiring to a relationship. You're aspiring to marriage, and that's just all them insinuating. They weren't serious about it, man. Dandies like to play with their image, creating a striking and androgynous allure. So there's more. If y'all want me to leave the link, I will send you the link right here. If you want to see that article, I got you. It's a blog article, okay? All right, so one more. The anti seducer, those who repel. Anti seducers come in all shapes and sizes, but most of them share a single attribute. Uh, a, a single attribute, the source of their repellence, insecurity. It is critical to recognize anti seductive qualities not only in others, but in also in ourselves. Almost all of us have one or two of the seducers qualities latent in our character. Latent means hidden. I learned that from real estate. Okay. And to the extent that we can consciously root them out, we can be more seductive. I was saying to somebody like, oh, I have this thing. I guess it was an insecurity. He's like, let me tell you how the game is played. You don't just say that. He was like, pause on me seducing you. Don't say that no more. You don't know how to play this game. I was like, so you playing the game? Like, I didn't. I was like, I know. That should have told me that he was playing games, that he knew what he was doing. Okay. So some people, honestly, they've been having 20 years in the game. They know what they doing, baby. And you ain't studied this for 2 minutes. All right. So take out your insecurities so you can be more seductive. Oh man. The moralizer. Ooh, ooh, I met a moralizer. I can't. I wanna get away from the list. I can't. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Help me. The moralizer who wants you to bend to their standard. Okay. So the guy that was talking all this, oh, I need you to wear a skirt to your ankles. He was trying to act like he was more moral than me, and stuff like that. And I was like, sir, bye, bye, every day, all day. Yeah, they think they're better, and they want you to bend to their standard. The suffocator is those who cling incessantly to you, love you before you know who they are, and who makes themselves a doormat to you in their obsession. I think, right? What I may have kind of had that, and then the person changed their approach to be a little more distant. Like they hit me with the real quick and then backed it all up. But I've definitely had the suffocator. Yeah. It's like, why? I'm like, why are you doing so much? Cooking for you, all this stuff. All right. The brute who has no patience, who wants to skip the seduction, and who offends with egotism. Right? That's another type of seducer. So he don't have no patience. He might look real good, so he just applied to his ego, and then those are the guys you like. Yeah, I don't really like him. Yeah, the tight wad, cheapness displays more insecurity beyond money. Cheapness displays more insecurity beyond money. So this is where Robert Greene was saying how the generous, the generous person. We're gonna have to split this up. Women don't like stingy men, right? And the reason why we don't like stingy men is it's not about the fact that you don't want to share. It's the fact that you don't have a spirit of generosity. And when we're giving of ourselves, we're generous with it. And it's like, it's not ever going to be reciprocated with a stingy person, with a person that's not willing to give. It's somebody that's always, I do this, you do that, I do this, you do that. I'm only going to give you the portion. I remember I was on a date with somebody I was in a long term relationship with. And he was like, oh, the waiter's acting up. So I'm taking 25 cents off her tip. Every time she do something wrong, I'm taking 50 cents. I said, I should have known. All right, I'm joking, but that's facts. The windbag who won't shut up. Oh my gosh, the seducer. There is a type of seducer who talks and talks and talks and talks and talks, and that's his seduction style. I seen that happen, and I seen that happen to somebody else, and I was like, oh, while they were having long conversations with you and they didn't want to shut up, they were trying to seduce you. Oh, that was their style. The vulgarian who ignores the rules of the game presents a garish image, who does not play the game and yet expects to win. Yeah. The reactor who is terrified to have their ego damaged. It is rather because wordless communications through closed gestures are the most. Okay, so closed gestures, actions is the most pleasurable, exciting, and seductive form of language. Watch their clothes, watch their gestures, watch their actions. That is the fun part in their seductive form of language. Okay. Now, there's 18 types of seducer victims. Wait, I gotta run through this. So they say never try to seduce your own type. People are constantly giving out signals of what they like. You have to tune into one of these signals and interpret their type based on them. So the people, so basically, if if the person show you what they lack, you can adapt to, you can adapt yourself and those styles that they were talking about to what that person needs. Now, here's an example: the reform, rake, or siren. They desperately long to escape. I want you to think of this as the women. They desperately long to escape whatever corralled them in, which is preventing them from being normally free. Their normal, freely sexual self. Okay, they're trying to, whatever happened that made them like more reserved. They just can't wait for somebody to come along and free them sexually. Two, the disappointed dreamer. They long for an adventure, but are stuck in a boring lifestyle. Okay. A lot of women, they want dates or they want to go out and do fun things because their life is boring. And so, therefore, the man could come around and be like, oh, look, I'm fun. Let's do this. Let's do that. And that's how they can seduce you because you are living a boring lifestyle. So, how do you combat that? Live life, sis. Fellas, live your life. Do fun things. If you got to do it by yourself or with a friend, do that. But always be doing something so you don't feel like you're missing anything. That's why I love that phase when I was like going out with myself and making sure I was taking myself on dates, right? Which I'm going to go back to doing that. But it was a way for me to be like, look, I'm doing fun stuff. You know how great it is to do whatever you want to do versus what you think the other person wants to do? That's amazing. That's amazing. That's like more fun to do it exactly what you want to do. If you want to go to a movie, if you want to go bowling, if you want to go to a high restaurant, a high quality restaurant, whatever you want to do, you can do all of that because you're not worried about what other people are doing. But when you don't do it, you create a need, and now somebody can seduce you on that. So when men are asking you a lot of questions, ladies, they're trying to find the missing, the hole, the whatever. So it's not so much like, oh, this is what I'm going through. This is what I need. No, everything's great. Everything's good around here. There's nothing missing. What you mean? So you're either gonna get to know me or you're gonna move the hell on because I ain't nothing missing. I just want a relationship so I can move on my life and get my dreams. Oh, shut up. Sorry. No, that's not what we're presenting. Well, if I find someone, I do. If I don't, I don't. You ever hear a guy say that? I'm just until I find the right person, I'm just chilling. But we always so pressed. And they take our pressedness. Okay, I made up a word. Pressedness, so they can be like, you know what? I think I might tell her that I might marry her one day. I can't wait. How many kids you want? They're just asking a bunch of questions. They don't care. They don't care, sis. And I'm talking about seducers. I'm not talking about a genuine good man. I'm not talking about that. All right, so we got disappointed dreamer that they're longing for adventure but stuck in a boring lifestyle. The pampered royal, okay? They long to be swept off their feet by a prince charming to live out their fantasy of being pampered and treated like royalty. Ladies, all of y'all that want waiting for the high value man to knock on your door, come save you from the princess. Like we must look like fools to the men. We must look crazy, loco in the coco was how we used to say it back in the day. He was loco in the coco. Because we're like Rapunzel, let your hair down. We're like Cinderella, find my slipper. We're like Jasmine, a whole new world. All of these fantasies, my darling. Fantasies, they are. They are fantasies. Because if he's really Prince Charming, sis, the way these 2022 men rolling around here, there's a whole palace of women waiting for them. And they want to be with them, child, not with one girl. Forget what Disney said. Disney's not gonna get you married, baby. Disney not gonna get you a relationship, baby. Disney not gonna get you good things. Just squash it off. The pamper royal. The new prude is excessively concerned with their outward appearance. These are victims of seduction. They're concerned, excessively concerned with their outward appearance. Underneath, they want to release, but they fear judgment. They must feel like they're sharing some secret with you, right? You're gonna listen. You're gonna listen now. Okay, go, go. It's not funny. Not funny. Not funny. I don't like it. So they're like, oh, I don't do this and I don't do that and I don't do this and I don't do that, right? But in reality, they can't wait. They think that people are gonna judge them and like you're gonna be the one that pulls it out of them. And that's how the person seduces you. Ooh, I can help you with that. Right? No. And that's when the guys are like, oh yeah, you dressing sexy. That's sexy. That push it like gassing you up. Don't pay no attention to no people on no social media, okay? 1 minute, yeah, yeah, yeah. Next minute, ooh, they cut it off. They be like, that was ugly. You know? Don't pay no attention. All right. So the crushed star, no longer the center of attention. They long to have that sense of being adored back. So what will the seducer do? Adore them. But they're here temporarily. That's the whole point of seduction is they're here temporarily. All right, no vive. Or I would not say I would say what is the person's motive? Because I feel like maybe you could seduce somebody into being in love with you and all of that, right? But in reality, most people that's actually playing this game are playing for a short-term gain. All right. The crush star. Okay, we did that. The no vive. They want to at least feel that you're somewhat young too, but they're also excited by the possibility of being introduced to a new uh darker world. I think it's the novice or the no vive. They had a lot of misspelled words in here. I think it's the novice. Like they want to be innocent, but they want to be with the dark in a new darker world, like girls picking bad boys. And it's like, oh my gosh, you're so sexy when you walk that way. You're so sexy when you, oh, show me your gun, show me this, show me that. They, oh, you like that? You show them that, then that's what they're gonna show you. They're gonna show you all the bad behavior that they can do, and that's how they get you. The conqueror. You must give them an obstacle to overcome, a mission, a goal. I might be the conqueror. You must give them an obstacle to overcome, a mission, a goal. So they just like hard stuff. They don't feel like nothing's impossible, you know? So that's how that person's like, oh, fine, let me give her a challenge. Let me give her a challenge of chasing, like waiting for my attention or waiting for something from me to give her something. Like they're going to give you an obstacle. I remember I was working with somebody or dating somebody, and they gave me an obstacle of, you know, we got to get to this. I'm like, okay, if we get to this level, then this and that, and the child, nothing happened. I don't fall for that no more. You got to go through these things called life and decide, you know what, I was played, but I learned from it, and you're never gonna play me like that again. And this is the reason why we keep getting played because there's all these types of people out there, and depending on where we are in life, one moment we might be the novice or the crush star, no longer the center of attention. Maybe you're not so young anymore. You know, you're not the hot thing. I used to be the hot girl back in the day. Girl, don't let me say it, girl. La, la, la. I used to get like 6 numbers a day, you know, when I hit the club. You know, so it depends on where you are and who you're with and what state of mind you're in to be like you can be any number one of these victims categories, and then the other person could just find a way to get in and give you feed you what you want. That's if I was gonna say this is If this is seduction in a nutshell, find a need and fill it. Find a need and fill it. And each woman is going to be different, and then you pull them in that way. That's the game. The exotic fetish, they want novelty, new experience. Ooh, he got a French accent. Ooh, things on the edge. You must position yourself as something exotic. You hear that? Do you hear that? Some men read books. I've known men who read books on how to seduce women. How they call it how to talk to women. Seducing. All right. They study women. Why would you not study your opposition? Why would you not watch the tape? Right? In football, don't they watch the tape on Tuesday? They play back the tape, or they watch the upcoming team. They watch their old performance, right? Watch your old performance. Watch how you did back in the day. And then the new team they got to come in and watch and study them and know all their plays. That's how you play the game. You know everybody's weakness. Now, when you know all of these types, you're gonna be like, I already know what type of person you are. I know what kind of game you playing. I'm good. And you can move on so much faster. I tell my girls, next, 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 next. Next, 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 next. Let them go. Stop trying to make it work. Stop trying to make it happen. Stop trying to make it do what it do. With guys that's not going to, you can tell that they're playing games with you. If you go in it like, majority of y'all playing games. 80%. Maybe 20%, maybe not. Maybe 20% of y'all serious. But the 20, I can't get to the 20 because of the 80. I'm always wasting time on the 80. Have you ever been kind of waiting on somebody and somebody great come along? You be like, oh my gosh. I gotta know what's going on with this other person because I'm missing out on opportunities. What you doing, sir? All right, the drama queen. They long for drama in their lives. So you need to help create it in order to keep them wrapped. Like when guys are like, like the girls is like, oh my gosh, you're astrophysicist. That's so corny. She probably like a lot of drama and a lot of chaos. So you got to give her that astrophysicist. You better go ahead and crit. No, I'm joking. I'm about to say crit about. Like that's not enough for her. She likes drama, and you're going to be safe, and she doesn't want a safe guy. The professor. They analyze money heist. This is the victim. Remind you, this is the victim. Okay, maybe I changed mine to the professor. Wait, I said I was the conqueror. I'm not, you can watch this all you want to. I know people watch to just try to put me, but at the end of the day, um, I know some. Once I know something about myself, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's not happening no more. No. The professor, they analyze and think deeply about everything, but long to be overwhelmed by a more free spirit that can help them release their mental barrier. Analyzing, thinking deeply, every little thing, analyze. They want a free spirit, like, oh, you're not even worried about none of this stuff. Oh, so be that free spirit to help them release that mental barrier, like, the beauty used to being appreciated. You must focus on on the less complimented features of her, like her intellect and wit. Okay, next, the aging baby, still immature and wanting, because definitely the beauty. Okay, but when you see somebody, like, oh my gosh, he likes me because of how smart I am, baby, don't fall for the game. And it's not like the great man is not gonna notice it. He's not gonna play all those. He's gonna notice your intellect, your wit, but he's not gonna like ignore your beauty, and you're not gonna have so many red flags. So once you're getting all these red flags, that's when it's a problem. The aging baby, still immature and wanting a supportive parent, you must enable their childish desires while still occasionally reeling them in. So a lot of them like, oh my God, I just want my nails down. I was like this immature type girl. And the guys be like, yeah, I'm gonna feed her a couple dollars. She don't need a lot. I'm gonna just go ahead and keep her in. She do too much, but it's okay. That's the that's how they handle her. The rescuer. They long to feel like they're saving somebody from themselves. So you must make them feel like they can save you from something, and they will be obsessed. Let her be your maternal protect. Yo, you ever want to throw something? Jesus is the prop for today. He said, "Let them be your maternal protector." That I used to be the rescuer. Oh my god. No, baby. Now, see, this is what I'm saying. Once you sit and you sit and you analyze yourself, and then you say, "Oh no, baby, we're not doing this." I would not ever be a maternal protector again. He says, they feel you must make them feel that they can save you from something, so they can be a. Oh, my ex played this game so good. The Roue experience in life, the desire to educate someone more naive. So now you just got to play dumb, like, I don't know this and I don't know that, even though you know how to. But she's so experienced. I might be the Roue too. Oh, child. All right. But just keep your eyes open, bro. The idol worshiper, you must be is their object of worship that provides the meaning in the life that they seek. Oh gosh. Like, you're my everything. Why didn't you call me? Why? Don't, ladies. The sensualist, driven by their senses, you must overwhelm their sight, smell, touch to fully draw them in, giving them, you know, some of these people be putting it on multiple ways, honey. All right, the lonely leader, as act as their equal or superior, the kind of relationship they rarely have. Yo, I can't stand reading men because they know what they talk about. Like, what? There's been a few that like, yeah, they're equal or they're superior. Oh, because we're equal. They don't mean that ish. They don't mean it at all. Men do not think that they're equal to women. Cut it out. The floating gender, float with them. I don't even know what that means. All right. So I'm gonna go through this last part and then we're done. So this is the seduction part. Seduction phase one. Separation, stirring the desire, interest and desire. Choosing the right victim. Right victims are those who can fill a void, who see in you something exotic. So one, they have to have a void. So see right there. Hey, I'm charging $100 for this one. 100 per minute. 100 per minute. Did you hear that? If you don't have a void, you cannot be seduced. If you don't have a void to fill, then you cannot be seduced by a seducer. You cannot be a victim of seduction. If there's no void to fill, then they have to go on to the next person. That's why you have to be whole. That's why you got to get that therapy. That's why you got to grow. That's why you have to be self aware and learn about yourself. When you learn about yourself, when you grow in areas, they're not going to, you're going to be less of a target. And it's going to be the next girl, unfortunately, who has not studied, who has not understood the opposite sex, who have not understood the games that some men play that mess it up for the majority of men. If you don't get strong on those, then you will be a victim. But if you're good and you're whole, you don't get to worry about this no more, baby. You good. You on your way to finding Mr. Right because you know how to identify Mr. Wrong. Whew, love it. Whew, that was good. All right. To leave people who are inaccessible to you alone is a wise path. You cannot seduce everyone. So if you're inaccessible as well, don't be so accessible. Don't be so accessible. Never rush into the waiting arms of the first person who seems to like you. That is not seduction, but insecurity. Just because somebody likes you doesn't mean that you can seduce them. I want you to put this seducing hat on so you can see what the vultures are doing. She like you, that's not enough. There has to be a hole, there has to be a need, there has to be something that she needs filled. Okay? That's thinking like them. And that's how you can avoid them. Okay? People who are outwardly distant or shy are often better targets than extroverts. They are dying to be drawn out. The still waters run deep. That's facts. On the other hand, you should generally avoid people that are preoccupied with business or work. Seduction demands attention, and busy people have too little space in your minds to occupy. Baby, when I was like, well, this ain't working, like, I'm going to fill it with work. And it was less effective. Next one, create a false sense of security. Approach indirectly. Once you've chosen the right victim, you must get his or her attention and stir desire. To move from friendship to love, win success without calling attention to itself as a maneuver. To move from friendship to love can win success without calling attention. Okay, I don't like how they talking this one. First, your friendly conversations with your targets. Okay, they're calling us a target, child. Will bring you valuable information about their characters, their tastes, their weaknesses, their childhood yearnings that govern their adult behavior. So, in the beginning, chill on the childhood stuff. Don't tell nobody about your childhood. How are you growing up? How was this? How was that? Yeah, they can tell you, so you know what the hell kind of crazy you getting, but don't you tell them anything that's real. That's how can you just sit there and be like, I'm gonna protect my, like, no, protect yourself. Guard your heart. For from it flows the spring of life. Well, guard your heart with all diligence. That's all diligence. Don't disclose. You are valuable. You are somebody that is a very valuable asset, especially in your own world. Do you think that people just put out their signature just like that? Do you think people are giving out their thumbprint just like that? So why would you give them the key to your childhood? That means they know what issues you're suffering. That means they know what trauma you're living out every single day. They might know psychology more than you. And be wary of those people who study psychology because they might be putting the moves on you based off of what they learned in school. That's kind of crazy. Second, spend time with your targets so you can make them feel comfortable with you. I feel so comfortable with you, baby. All right, then surprise their expectations with errant touch or suggestion. Make them now interested. There is nothing more effective in seduction than making seduced think that they are the ones doing the seduce. Eh, huh? Okay, take it off. Take it off. No, leave it on. Make them think that you, as the seducer, you're gonna make the person think that they're seducing you. Mm. So that means you gotta get them going. You gotta get them to that point where they're in control. All right. The first move is to master is simple. Once you've chosen the right person, you must make the target come to you. Too much attention early on will actually just suggest insecurity to raise doubts about your motives. That's if they know what that means. Me, I would see the too much attention and I'd be like, one too many times, it may work that, gotta work that. Okay. Worst of all, it gives your targets no room for imagination. Take a step back, let the thoughts that you are provoking come to them as if they were their own. Leaving space. sitting back and let them play, let their imagination play with them. This is horrible. Y'all suck. Boo. In all arenas of life, you should never give the impression that you are angling for something. That will raise a resistance that you will never lower. Never lower. They won't trust you. Learn to approach people from the side. Send mixed signals. It's obvious and striking. What is obvious and striking may attract their attention at first, but that attention is short-lived. In the long run, ambiguity is much more potent. Most of us are much too obvious. Instead, be hard to figure out. No, women or men that are being seduced, you be hard to figure out. Stop telling. This is like, it's good to be like with somebody like you could trust, but like, look, this is how I really feel. But you gotta give that to them because you gotta know who you're dealing with. Thank you for the like. You gotta know who you're dealing with. Stop saying like I always say, well, they know I like them. It's facts. I ain't gonna do that no more. That's it. I ain't gonna do that no more because, and now they know how much that I always in the back of my mind was like, if this person know how much I like them, what are they gonna do with that information? If they're not a good person, I was willing to go on an experiment to see, like, okay, if I'm this certain kind of way and open and honest and free with you, and how you treat me after that, I'm gonna have to like take that risk, right? And then where's the bed? Where's oh no, off my bed. Oh, off, off. Can't stand on the couch. You gotta go. Send mixed signals. We did that. To deepen their interest, you must hint at a complexity that cannot be grasped in a week or two. So you want to oh Jesus, you want to deepen the interest. If you have a sweet face or an innocent air, let out hints of something dark, very vaguely cruel about your character. To be an object of desire, create triangles. Oh wow. When you see a man alone whom nobody talks to for any length of time and who is wandering about around without company, is there a kind of self-fulfilling isolation about him? Why is he alone? Why is he avoided? There has to be a reason. When people's vanity is at risk, you can make them do whatever you want. According to Stendhal, if there's a woman you're interested in, pay attention to her sister. That will start a triangular desire. I knew somebody that did this to me and tried to pit. It was just me, and they tried to pit somebody else against me. And I was like, you don't even want him. You just want him because this situation. You got to be careful. People will play games, and it will backfire. Men who believe that a rape. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Okay, I'm not playing with you. Come on. I'll be right. You want it? You want it? You want it? Then move. 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 You think it's funny? Not funny. And I'm about to wrap it up. So, but this was good. Whoo, child. And it's so crazy. I was like, I always wanted to go into this topic. And in the beginning of the show, I was like, there's no way I can keep talking about this. I was like, baby, this is a whole world. A whole world. We ain't never gonna stop having topics to talk about. Okay. I don't know what they're talking about on the internet, but I don't know what I'm talking about right here. It's gonna help. Now, men who believe that a rakish reputation will make women fear or distrust them should be played down or are quite wrong. It makes them more attractive. The rake. Well, let me go back to Rake. Rake was the guy that they insatiably adore the opposite sex. Their desire is infectious. Like they love women. Oh my gosh, I adore them. I put them on a pedestal. I mean, I had one guy's like, oh, you're the most important. It was a bunch of lines, and it just was like, you really don't think that? There's no way. I was like, you really think like that? It was like that nice guy syndrome thing that I was telling you about, and I was like, I didn't think that was you, but you're giving me the signs. You're giving me I'm playing Mr. Nice Guy to, you know what I mean, to further my agenda vibes. So yeah, that was right. I was like, why the when people are saying things that's like so flowery and it just comes out of them and it's not genuine. And you knew it was like, why would you even why you in my mind, I'm like, why you mess up the move saying dumb stuff like that to me? Because it's like that's a line. Like, why are you saying that? You see what I'm saying? And I know that's not how you feel. You're just saying it to say it. You're like, it's almost like you hear the person saying things you know they think you want to hear. And it's like, y'all, let me tell you something. Most people, they may be playing the art of seduction, but they're playing it bad. That's my aha moment of the session. They're not doing a good job. I'm not playing. To bed or give me Blippy. They're bad at it. They're bad at it. You know what's so horrible? We women are not picking up on it. That's like when I said right now is the best time to get a man. I meant it with my whole heart. Because the women out here, they're not even in the game. They're not even in the game. I'm talking about internal work. Forget the outside. Everybody can get a dress. Everybody can do their hair cute, natural, long, straight, whatever, curly, put some makeup on, put some lashes on. Everybody can do that. They are doing it. And yet the men are still saying there's no women out here because the internal work is not done. The internal work is not done. And even high quality men they like, that's nice. You're pretty and all, but I want a woman with some great character because I'm trying to have kids and I want my kids to have great character. That's the missing piece. But that's why I say it's easier to get a man now than ever because most women are not willing to do what it takes to get that man. Being fit, being cooperative, they don't want to do it. So go ahead and if you do it, like if you did it, right? Even if you hated it and you did it and you got the man and you proved it wrong, like you can't prove it wrong by saying, nah, that's not gonna be good. I don't want to do that. Y'all just talk about it. That's what Kevin Samuel said that. So that's why y'all want to do that. I'm joking with them, not you. Stop laughing at me. Oh, thank you. Go to sleep, please. Okay, bye-bye, baby. Mommy coming, okay? I'm coming. He's tired. All right, I gotta go. All right, in all areas of life, in all arenas of life, you should never give the impression that you're angling. Okay, we did that. Mixed signals, we did that. We did the triangles. Create a need, stir anxiety and discontent. People are always susceptible to being seduced because, in fact, everyone. Oh, that's what I was saying. I was saying that some men are not even good at it because I should have never been able to detect this was a line. You're not being genuine when you're spitting lines to women. You're not being genuine. But we are so in our fantasy. This is why we losing. We are so in our what we want about us. That's why when you flip it to him, eh! Oh my gosh, Ruth. Oh my god. Oh my god. I promise y'all gonna be paying me $1,000,000 for this. One day. That looks nasty. Oh. Is that clean? Oh. Go get. Okay, go ahead. Go watch Baby. One day they're gonna be paying good dollars for this information. Okay, here. Take it and go. Go ahead, big boy. So I can finish. Mommy coming. Go ahead. You asked me for something. I gave it to you. Take it. Okay. Okay, I see it. The men are not even that good at it. You can see it coming. If you had rules in place, you would shut that ish down. But you don't want to stick by no rules. You don't want to learn nothing. And you feel like, well, it's natural for a man and a woman to get together. Okay, but when things change, when things mutate, when they turn into super duper put you downer, you know what I mean? Like lay you downer, they got this whole thing together and and you don't even know how to even master the old guy. Now there's a new guy out there, and you don't know how to master him. Women used to be the art of seduction and all of this stuff. You don't know how to get nothing from your man. You need to know how to seduce your man to get what you want from him. They was the ones winning. These married women was out here winning. Now it's the single men, right? Well, they ain't winning no more. Master the art of insinuation. Jesus. Mama. Yes. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I see it, baby. I see it. Hold on. It's just getting good. Hold on. It's getting good, Poppy. It's getting okay. Yes. Oh, something in your foot. Okay. Okay. So, master the art of insinuation. Wait, I need to look this word up. I like the breakdown. Of course, I know what insinuation means, but I like the breakdown of it. And insinuation, because it just happened to me. An unpleasant hint or suggestion of something bad. Insinuation. Master the art of saying something. A hint of something bad. Hold on, where's my screen? Mm-hmm. All right. There is no known defense, however, against insinuation. Oh, you know what insinuation is? Y'all remember Inception? The art of planning ideas in people's mind by dropping elusive hints that take root later, days later, even appearing to them as their own idea, making everything suggestive. That's horrible. That's facts. That's real. Oh, don't say come on, mama like that. Okay, I'm done. I love you. Give me tissues. Mommy finishing up. Enter their spirit, play by their rules, enjoy what they enjoy, adapt your moods to their moods. And doing so. Okay. Okay. I'm tired. Okay. Baby. Go give me the phone. Bring me the phone so I can see. So I can look at Blippi. Oh. Go ahead, bring me the phone. Sorry, baby. So when you are enjoying what they enjoy, adapt yourself to their moods, and doing so, you will stroke their deep-rooted narcissism and lower their defenses. Have you ever felt like you know somebody? Y'all, we've known each other all our lives and all of that, but honestly, all they do is me too you. They just me too the hell out of you. They pay attention to what you like, and they become a mirror image. I remember going through processing like a breakup, and it was very hurtful to me. And it was like, wait, what do you love about this person? Because everything you love is like you thought y'all were the same person, but y'all different people. So I said, basically, I think the person that was talking was like, you basically in love with yourself. I said, oh God. It's like you basically in love with yourself. How many times did you fall in love with yourself? Because that person never was themselves. They never were themselves. You see them editing themselves after being with you. You see them editing their language. You see them editing themselves. They're not truly being. He learned how to put the volume up. I'm done. Stop, Emmanuel. Go over there. All right. It's a rest. All right, I'm wrapping it up. Okay, so that's good. Create temptation. As the serpent tempted Eve with the promise of forbidden knowledge, you must awaken a desire in your targets that they cannot control. Find that weakness of theirs, that fantasy. Woo! Some of y'all have a fantasy of getting married and all that. Maybe y'all should just keep that out the conversation. Maybe you should just find out if he wants to be married. Don't tell him, oh, that's the theme. Another light bulb. Light bulb. Cue the light bulb. Where the light bulb at? Light bulb moment. Don't tell them. Don't tell them that you want to be married. Don't tell them anything and see if they want to be married. If that's what your goal is, that's good. Well, I got something to do. All righty. That is good. And the people that don't put it out there, you already know they're hiding something. Oh my gosh. A fantasy that has yet to be realized. And hint that you can lead them toward it. Now I almost got to go back. Now, when you process it and you listening to this, I want you to go back to every ex. I'm gonna leave that for the paid content. That's the paid content. Oh, it's coming. Find that childhood insecurity that they lacked in life, and you hold the key to tempting them. The weakness may be greed, vanity, boredom, or some deeply repressed desire, a hunger for forbidden fruit. They signal it in little details, an illusion of their conscious control. The style of clothing, offhand comment. All right, so you can find that out if you look hard enough. All right. Oh yeah, there he's doing some crazy stuff now. All right, so the phase one, I'm gonna give you the phases and I'm done. Phase one, seduction phase one is separation, stirring interest, and desire. All right. Phase two is lead astray, creating pleasure and confusion. Go ahead, eat it, drink it. Oh, it gets good. Phase three is the precipice, deepening the effect through extreme measures. That's when they want to continue with this. Don't worry about. He's like, prove yourself. Somebody did this. Somebody did this. Number four, move in for the kill. Woo! All right. Well, that's it, guys. Sorry. You can get the book yourself, The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene, but we're whew, definitely learned a lot today. Learned a lot. So, guys, I want to know what you thought about this topic, seduction. You know, we went a little deep tonight, and it's important because this is where the ladies are losing. They're losing here, right here. They're going for the finest guy, getting seduced by him, getting pumped and dumped. The guy with money, pumped and dumped. And that's it. They're not gonna be like, oh, she's a good person, nah. If they're not ready for a long-term relationship, it doesn't matter who you are. You're just another victim of their seduction. Same thing, flip it for the men. She's not gonna ever settle down. You are gonna be just another victim. So you think you're winning. And then he's like, no. He said now the women are pumping and dumping him. He's like, where you going? He said, I'll be outside your job. He's like, that pee was good. He's like, his feelings is hurt. He's like, now the girls are doing us like we used to do them. Exactly. That's the kind of crazy world we're in. But thank you so much for watching Ruth in Relationships. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you send us your credit and your credit and your real estate referrals. So all my realtors, send me your referrals if you're out of state, or if you're in my state, PA, and you've got people moving to Maryland and Delaware and New Jersey, let me know. That's it for today. Or do you need somebody to fix your credit? Make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ruth Marquise. We need more subs. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs. And I know you guys are going to help me get to that goal. And make sure you like the video if you already subscribed. Thank you so much for watching Ruth and Relationships. Ruth and Relationship. Tell me, can you handle it? Yo, my top 10. This one is going to be in my top 10. It's the Ruth and Relationship Show. Bye. I bless your family, your dating life, your marriage. Bye. Bye-bye.